There's one life-altering habit most people over 70 are overlooking. It's this: what you do in the first 5 minutes after waking up could determine how long and how well you live. This isn't theory, it's biology. You might think your age disqualifies you from making changes that matter, but the truth is, your body is still listening. Even now, even today. Let me start with something simple: water. Not coffee, not pills, not breakfast. Just plain water. The secret to more energy, sharper thinking, and better heart health might already be sitting silently on your kitchen counter, and you've probably ignored it for years. Drinking water within 10 minutes of waking can change everything. And for people in their 70s and beyond, it might be one of the most powerful daily decisions you can make. When you sleep, your body doesn't rest on every level. It runs maintenance. And during that maintenance, fluids drop. Your brain dehydrates. Your blood thickens. Your muscles go dry. All of this increases the risk of early morning fatigue, dizziness, and even cardiovascular events. In fact, your most vulnerable moment of the day might be the first hour you're awake, unless you act fast. That first glass of water is more than refreshment. It's prevention. Scientific research backs this up. A major 2022 study in eBiomedicine, part of the Lancet family, discovered that adults with higher sodium levels, a sign of not drinking enough water, aged faster, developed age-related diseases earlier, and had shorter lifespans. What's more, a loss of even 1–2% of your body's water content can impact your thinking, balance, and physical strength. That's critical after 70, especially as the body's thirst signals start to weaken. So what's the fix? A simple glass of water, 12 to 16 ounces, first thing in the morning before you touch anything else, before the coffee, before the news, before the medications. This one act begins to rehydrate every cell in your body, stimulates your metabolism up to 30% for the next hour, and gives your brain the fluid it needs to fire up clearly. One study even showed a 24% spike in metabolism just 10 minutes after drinking water, and it lasted nearly an hour. But this isn't just about hydration, it's about reclaiming your agency. This act of pouring a glass and drinking it as your first gift to your body says, I'm still here, I'm still in charge, and that's where the power begins. Tonight, place a glass on your nightstand, add a slice of lemon if you'd like, and in the morning, before the world wakes up with its noise and demands, look at that glass and say to yourself, this is my beginning. If you're still with me, comment hydrate to 90 below, because your best decade could start with this first 5-minute ritual. If getting out of bed feels like your body is made of bricks, if your knees creak, your hips ache, or your walk to the bathroom is more of a shuffle, you're not alone. But here's something most people over 70 have never been told. The first 3 minutes after you wake up are a golden window for change. Your body is still transitioning, your circulation is slow, your muscles are tight, but that's also when your body is most open to healing. The science is clear. When you move your body gently right after waking, you're not just loosening joints, you're sending a message to your brain and nervous system that says, I am still capable, I still have power. A landmark study in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that older adults who performed just a few minutes of light stretching and mobility exercises each morning saw a 35% reduction in falls, fractures, and long-term immobility. Just 3 minutes, that's all it takes. What happens if you skip it? Tension builds. Joints stay stiff. Muscles remain locked. And that stiffness doesn't just go away, it travels with you all day, compounding into pain, tightness, and even a fear of moving. But if you begin your day with a short burst of intentional motion, you unlock more than your limbs. You unlock momentum, strength, confidence, and you do it without equipment, yoga mats, or gym. Let me show you a simple series called the Longevity Flow. Start with gentle neck rolls. Slowly look left and right, then up and down. Follow with shoulder circles, forward and backward. Then lift your arms above your head and breathe deeply. Sit at the edge of your bed and do a seated march. Lift one knee at a time. Finish with ankle rolls to get your blood moving from the ground up. All of this takes under 3 minutes, and every second counts. You don't need to break a sweat, you need to break the stillness. Studies from Harvard Health Publishing have shown that low-intensity morning movement improves blood pressure, digestion, and even symptoms of depression. Three major health factors that become more important as you age. And beyond the physical benefits, this one practice builds a deeper gift: belief. The belief that you're still strong enough to care for yourself. Because movement isn't just medicine, it's proof. Proof that you're still here. That age hasn't stolen your will. That your body, no matter how tired it may feel, still responds to care. So tomorrow, before the phone rings or the news plays or the day pulls you forward, take 3 minutes for yourself. Breathe. Move. Remember what it feels like to be alive. And if you're ready to claim your mornings, comment "morning motion" below. Your future is asking for just a few minutes of your present. Most people wake up and immediately launch into the day, checking the clock, reaching for the remote, thinking about medication or errands. But in that rush, they forget something essential. Something invisible but vital. It's not the automatic kind your body does on its own, but the conscious, nourishing kind. The kind that tells your nervous system, you're safe, you're home. Let's begin gently. Here's what research shows. Just 90 seconds of deep, intentional breathing each morning can reduce cortisol, lower blood pressure, and increase memory retention in adults over 65. That's not theory, it's measurable biology. A study in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience revealed that seniors who practiced slow, mindful breathing improved their ability to manage emotions and boosted cognitive clarity. And a separate study from Harvard Medical School found that slowing your breath to just 6 cycles per minute strengthens the vagus nerve, your body's stress regulator. This isn't about meditation or chanting or incense. This is about oxygen and your ability to take it in fully and purposefully. Aging naturally reduces lung elasticity and oxygen delivery to the brain, which can lead to brain fog, anxiety, and fatigue. But with intentional breathwork, you push back. You reclaim clarity. You stimulate your heart and balance your entire autonomic nervous system in just 3 minutes. Let me guide you through a simple technique called the 4-2-6 breath. Sit comfortably or remain in bed with your spine upright. Inhale deeply through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold the breath for 2 seconds. Then exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 full seconds. That's 1 cycle. Repeat 5 to 6 times, or as many as you need to feel a shift. You'll notice a calm that arrives quietly but powerfully, like a gentle tide washing away tension. What makes this practice even more meaningful is the space it creates. A soft pause between the chaos of the world and the quiet of your heart. This breath becomes a doorway. It's a moment to whisper an intention for the day. Maybe it's peace, maybe it's energy, maybe it's simply, I choose to begin with calm. People who live to 100 often share this trait, a grounded, gentle start to their morning. Not rushed, not reactive, just centered. So tomorrow, before the headlines or the noise or the chores begin, sit in your breath. Just 3 minutes. Let your lungs expand. Let your mind quiet. Let your heart slow down enough to hear itself. And if this habit stirred something inside you, comment "breathe" for 90 below. Because the next 30 years of your life might just begin with your next 6 breaths. Before you check your phone, before you tune into the outside world, I want you to do something that seems simple but carries extraordinary power. Go to the window. Let the light in. Because the very first light your eyes absorb each morning is either telling your body to thrive or sending it into confusion. And for many older adults, the wrong kind of light is doing more harm than we realize. You see, your body runs on an internal clock, your circadian rhythm. It's responsible for your sleep patterns, energy levels, hormone release, digestion, even how your body repairs itself. But here's the catch. Your circadian rhythm listens to light, and when your first exposure is a screen, your phone, TV, or tablet, your body gets the message that it's still nighttime. It delays wakefulness, disrupts hormone balance, and muddles your entire system. On the other hand, Stepping into natural light within the first 30 to 60 minutes of waking realigns everything. Even just 5 minutes of exposure to morning sunlight helps your brain reset its internal rhythm. A 2021 study in sleep health found that seniors who received morning light had significantly better mood, sleep quality, and cognitive function throughout the day. Another study from Northwestern University showed that people who got early daylight had lower body mass indexes and more stable energy, all essential ingredients for a long, healthy life. And no, you don't need to hike at dawn or do sun salutations in the backyard. Just open your blinds, step outside with your coffee, or sit by a bright window while breathing deeply. Your eyes are connected to a part of the brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, the master timekeeper of your body. And that master clock needs light to run properly. Without it, your sleep gets disrupted. Your digestion slows and your energy drifts out of sync. Aging can naturally cause this rhythm to drift. You might find yourself waking too early, feeling sleepy in the afternoon, or lying awake at night. But light, real, natural, unfiltered light, acts as your reset button. It tells your body you're still in rhythm, you're still connected to the pulse of the day. And that connection may be one of the most overlooked tools in healthy aging. So tomorrow, before the noise creeps in, choose light. Let your first glance be through a window, not into a screen. Let your skin feel the warmth of daybreak, and if you want to take it further, combine this light ritual with your breathing. Breathe deeply while soaking in that light, and you'll double the benefits. If you're still reading, comment light first below, because your longevity doesn't start in a bottle, it starts at the window. Here's a question most people never think to ask when they open their eyes. What's still working in my life today? Not what's wrong, what hurts, or what was forgotten, but what's still standing, still breathing, still beautiful. That quiet shift in perspective, done first thing in the morning, can rewire your entire day and over time reshape how you age. The science behind gratitude is no longer just inspiring. It's undeniable. Researchers at UC Davis and Harvard Medical School found that older adults who spent just a few minutes each day reflecting on what they were thankful for experienced lower stress hormone levels, better sleep, stronger immune responses, and even more resilient brain function. That's right, gratitude doesn't just make you feel better emotionally, it strengthens your biology. Here's why. When you focus on what's good, your brain activates areas linked to reward and emotional balance. You release chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, natural mood boosters that ease pain and create feelings of calm. Over time, this builds new neural pathways. In plain terms, gratitude keeps your brain flexible and adaptable, a vital skill as we grow older and face change. And it doesn't need to be complicated. Keep a small notebook beside your bed, or even just whisper it to yourself before getting up. Think of 3 things, big or small. I'm grateful I slept through the night. I'm thankful for the way my body still moves. I'm glad for the call I had with my grandson yesterday. These tiny acknowledgments act like emotional vitamins, taken before the demands of the world can pull you into worry. What's even more incredible is that the effects stack over time. The Greater Good Science Center found that seniors who practiced morning gratitude for just 10 days felt the benefits for weeks, even if they didn't continue journaling. That means even short, simple efforts have a ripple effect, and often it's during the hardest seasons that this habit shines brightest. Gratitude is not a denial of difficulty, it's a reminder that even in pain, beauty remains. So tomorrow, as the sun peeks through your curtains and the day begins, ask yourself, what is still good? Not perfect, not easy, just good. Let that question lead your heart, and if this speaks to you, comment "grateful to grow" below, because healing begins not just with what we fix, but with what we cherish. By now you've discovered 5 small habits that carry extraordinary weight: drinking water, gentle movement, conscious breath, natural light, and daily gratitude. None of these require a gym membership, a prescription, or permission from anyone else. Just a willingness to choose, because these simple morning rituals aren't about fixing what's broken. They're about nurturing what's still whole, still alive, still reaching forward. You see, aging has a way of convincing people that their influence is behind them, that their best years are gone. But that's not truth. That's resignation. And it doesn't belong to you. Longevity isn't about living longer for the sake of counting years. It's about showing up each morning with enough energy to make those years matter. It's about proving to yourself that even now, in this chapter, you are still the author of your own story. And it starts with 5 minutes. That's all. 5 minutes that whisper, "I'm not done yet." 5 minutes that tell your body, "I remember you." These aren't just habits, they're declarations. They tell your muscles, your lungs, your spirit, that you are still participating in your own life. And when you do them consistently, day by day, something shifts. Not just in your health, but in your self-respect. Because what you do in the quiet of your morning eventually echoes into every other part of your day. That sip of water becomes better energy. That stretch becomes better posture. That breath becomes steadier thoughts. That sunlight becomes deeper sleep. That gratitude becomes resilience. And when these benefits start compounding, you realize something powerful. Aging doesn't mean fading, it means refining. And you are not most people. Most people let time dictate who they become. But you're still curious, still willing, still reaching. So tomorrow, don't wake up wondering what the day might bring. Wake up asking, what strength can I choose today? What peace can I cultivate? What light can I let in? These aren't empty questions. They are acts of resistance. Resistance against decline, against despair, against the lie that it's too late. Because it's not too late. Not for energy, not for strength, not for joy. These next years can be the most intentional, most meaningful, most vibrantly alive of your life. But it begins with you. So if you've stayed with me this far, then you already know what comes next. One small action, one gentle choice. Every morning, let it begin again tomorrow. This is your moment, not to start over, but to begin again wiser. You've just learned 5 daily habits that require no equipment, no special training, and no timeline. Yet they carry the potential to rewrite the way you age, the way you move, the way you live. Hydrating with purpose, moving with care, breathing with intention, absorbing the morning light, and choosing gratitude before anything else. These are not small things. These are anchors, soul-level signals to your body that say, "I'm still showing up." Because aging doesn't mean disappearing, it means deepening. It's not the end of becoming, it's the beginning of becoming more. You may not move like you used to, but you move with meaning now. You may not remember everything, but what you hold close has more value. Your presence, your awareness, your discipline, those are your new strength markers. And they're worth cultivating, no matter what the calendar says. Most people don't change after 7, not because they can't, but because they believe the window has closed. But belief is a powerful thing. And right now, by being here, you've already proven that yours is still open, that your window to grow, to learn, to feel, to live, is still wide with possibility. That matters more than you know. You are not average. You are not finished. You are not invisible. So tomorrow morning, let your choices speak for you. Let the first 5 minutes of your day become sacred again. Let them be filled with water that awakens your cells, movement that awakens your body, breath that awakens your spirit, light that awakens your mind, and gratitude that awakens your heart. You don't need to change everything. You just need to change the way your day begins. Because someone out there, maybe even someone your age, will wake up tomorrow and stay in bed. They'll feel stiff and assume it means they're stuck. They'll look in the mirror and see the years but not the wisdom. They'll forget to breathe deeply, to stretch, to be thankful, to absorb the light. And little by little, their days will shrink. But not you, not anymore. You are choosing to rise, not just from sleep, but from silence. You are choosing to engage, to stretch into the next decade of your life with intention. And if no one's told you lately, let me be the first, that matters. You matter, So as the sun rises tomorrow, so do you. Let every breath, every stretch, every sip, every note of gratitude be your answer to time. I'm still here, and I'm not done yet.